Hey, Weekly Walk viewers. I am here with Nan Ferrara, who is EVP of Continuous Improvement and Operations at Voya. And Nan, you were recently on vacation, and that's sort of where we still are right now. So you have to tell us where. I'm now these days blindly joining people, quote unquote, in random locations. So where are we right now?
So we are in beautiful Arcadia Bluff in Michigan, and I just had this amazing vacation. You can see in the background, I actually have a rainbow.
I was going to say, I've got to move my head. There we go. Yeah, that's an awesome photo too. And the weather looks great. I feel like I should have my sunglasses on right now too. I wish I had brought them for our walk, but no. So at Voya, what has changed? Obviously, kind of you're in the financial space too, but what has changed for you folks in terms of your strategy, with COVID, and with all the changes in 2020, and how did you have to adapt as both, a team, but also you as a leader as well, because, you're on the executive team at Voya?
I think the first thing for us was being agile in opening our minds and reimagining work very quickly. So by way of example, we had to get all of our call center folks working from home. The entire company was able to pivot quite quickly and work from home, with the exception of our essential workers. So shout out to them going into the office and keeping all our mail going. Love those guys. Yeah. But it was amazing to me that we were just able to figure out a way. People had desktops that maybe were their ironing boards. Yeah. People were innovative. And it was actually quite exciting to see that just throughout the company in a very organic but planned way.
Yeah, that's great. It has been, I think that's been the most interesting thing, it seems like too, is just realizing how adaptive people can be to situations and just being able to pivot. And it's sort of a good life lesson in general too, but to be able to do it at a company-wide level.
Absolutely.
It's great. It's great. So you have had an extremely impressive career. You've been in leadership roles at a lot of different organizations. And when we first had connected, you were telling me how you have done all of that with dyslexia. And, I was just so impressed with that. And you've certainly not let it slow you down at all. And so would love to know, how are you able to navigate through that throughout your career, and what would you tell others, especially kids in school who are struggling with a learning disability, kind of how you've gotten to where you are and what they should know now?
I would say, first of all, to all of the kids, that you have to focus on your strengths, and you can't even think about your weaknesses. You just keep on building on your strengths, and you just keep going for it. For me personally, I learned a lot of coping mechanisms that actually, ironically, give me a leg up, in my opinion. So, for example, with dyslexia, I have a horrible sense of direction. I don't know left from right, northeast, west. Don't give me a map. I'm terrible. But I know that. So when I'm ever going to a new location, I map everything out. I start out 30 minutes earlier so it doesn't stress me out. And I actually get there ahead of everyone else. So I think of these little things, like with math, I look at numbers backwards. So I expect that I'm going to make mistakes, Casey. So I triple check my work. And again, ironically, I don't really make that many mistakes because I expect that it's going to be wrong. So I just have this different frame on things that I just need to over prepare more than others to make it look easier, but it actually is quite hard. But you just don't let it get you down. You kind of enjoy it when you come through the other side and say, I had to study a lot more than everyone else, but it all worked out.
I would say, because here you are, an executive at Voya. So certainly the over-preparedness is probably not a bad thing for most of us in general. You just learned probably from a younger age that you needed to do that. So, and my last question for you is, you just went to Michigan, so did a great domestic trip, but where is the first international destination that you're looking forward to going when we can travel overseas again?
I, without a doubt, am going back to India. So My last trip in March, when we stopped traveling, I had just returned from Bangalore, and I plan on going back there as soon as possible. I stocked up on some saris, so I've got some good garb to go over there with,
Oh,
and
jealous.
I just can't wait.
That's awesome. Well, for our next, hopefully our next time we can do this in person. But I was going to say, if not, we'll hope there's a picture from your trip to India instead of your trip to Michigan, your next overseas trip. So awesome. Well, Nan, thank you so much for being here, and Weekly Walk viewers, thanks for watching as always, and we'll see y'all soon. Bye, guys.